What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of My Summer Car. As always, if you guys are enjoying this series, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe. If you haven't already, it would be greatly appreciated. Today, we're going to be building and installing both the engine and transmission into the Satsuma. I'm very, very excited for today, but before we get to that, do you guys hear something? No? Exactly. The kilju batch has officially finished fermenting, so now we can start to bottle this stuff and deliver it to the drunk dude, who will pay a hefty penny. It really does kind of suck that we're limited to these 6 bottles at the moment, because Quavo restocks on Thursdays, I believe, and I think we picked all of these up on maybe a Friday. So he had already restocked, or maybe it was Thursday. Doesn't really matter. Point is, he doesn't have any extras right now, so I'm gonna try to put the lid back on here and hope that bad stuff doesn't happen and we can continue to use that batch to sell to Dude Bro. And now, hang on, let's just see really quick. I'm not trying to stare at the bottle, I'm trying to stare at our uncle's house. It doesn't look like he has the van ready for us today. What is up, my dude, my bro, and my bra? We about got smoked just coming into your driveway. It sounds like there's a couple of rally cars actually driving on by. I think I can hear another one. Yep. On the left. There they go. Oh, that's so cool, dude. I just love seeing that. All right, so we're here. We've made it. I don't exactly know why that just happened, but that's fine. All we've got to do now is just get this stuff chucked out of the Kekmet, and then we can deliver it to our little friend over there. Now, with any luck, I did this process correctly, and he will absolutely love the stuff. Let's see. It's funny, he looks just like everyone else in town. I know I've made that joke before, but he actually does. He loves it. He loves it. He says he'll pay good for this. All right. All we have to do now is get the remaining 5 bottles put up on the top of his table. Dude, I'm like developing some type of speech impediment or something. I'm like stammering and stuttering way more than usual today. Maybe it's because I'm just distracted. Like it's the rallies today, you know, it's 1,000 marks for just 6 bottles of that stuff, dude. You'll really pay that much for just some sugar wine. It's fine by me. You can hear his wife in the background. She doesn't actually exist, but her voice you can hear very, very clearly. Alrighty, well, let's head back home. You know, I don't actually think that my problems with speaking today have anything to do with my summer car, because today's actually my wife's birthday. We're having a bunch of people over tonight, and I'm just a little bit pressed for time today. I think that's probably it. I've still got to bake a cake after this. The list goes on and on. Anywho, we're going to take care of our stats really quick. So we've got thirst, hunger knocked out, urine, and stress we're just going to take care of outside, and then we can start wrenching on the old Satsuma. I guess let's think about this for a second. Wait, can we pee and smoke at the same time? I don't think I knew that, actually. That works out great. So we have the engine that still needs to be assembled. That will then be attached to the transmission, and then we can just drop the whole thing into the engine bay. There's a few, like, tiny things that we need to tweak here and there while we're assembling the thing, but shouldn't be too terribly difficult. Just to ensure everything does go smoothly for us here today, I've already got the wiki pulled up with all the bolt sizes and everything listed out, so that should be a tremendous help. It just takes so long trying to guess what all these bolt sizes actually are. Which reminds me, speaking of bolts, I noticed while I was editing the previous episode that I actually forgot a few, not a lot, but a few of these bolts. So these right here, I believe those are a 6. So grab our sockets. We've got this one here, and then this one just above it. That's actually for like the instrument panels and stuff like that. So that's good to go. Next up, it's a little bit more of an oopsie, this one, I'll be honest. It's the brake lines. Oh, which I can't actually use that. We're gonna have to use the spanner set for this one. The one we're looking for is a 7. I know I said previously that hardly anything is a 7, but in all actuality, a lot of things are a 7. I also forgot this one here. It really is funny how much you notice, like when I'm editing or when you guys are watching the videos back, but I had no idea that I missed this stuff when I was doing the initial playthrough. All right, ladies and gents, it's time to strap in, grab a drink, grab a snack. We're gonna be here for quite a while, but we'll get things going with the engine block. Next up, we're gonna need the crankshaft, and then neither of these things actually have any bolts. What does, though, is these main bearing caps, or I guess just main bearings. Call them whatever you want. They're probably called something different in different parts of the world. We've got 1, 2, and 3 going in right there. Now, what size are these? This is where I have to have the wiki pulled up. These are just going to be a 9, and we've got 2 on each one. Now we're ready to install our pistons. I'm going to rotate the engine over just a little bit, because if I remember right, the pistons kind of need to be installed, yeah, like way up at the top, kind of in a weird location. And then these are going to be a 7, so we might as well just grab that now, and we'll just, oh, the phone, dude, the phone's ringing. We'll just tighten them as we're installing them. It's probably going to be a solicitor. We're not expecting any calls. It is a solicitor. Okay, great. So, honestly, we could have the phone unplugged throughout the day even. Unless, of course, we're expecting somebody's call, then we're obviously going to need that thing plugged in. But it's fine for right now. It's not too much of an annoyance, so we'll just leave it plugged in. That one's going to go right there. Once again, 2 nuts. Perfect. And the last one. We're making some pretty good progress right now, minus the phone call interruption. Things are going okay. We're going to be installing the cylinder head next, but first we've got to get the head gasket on there. Now we can grab this guy and get him placed on there as well. This has a bunch of bolts. I believe 10 in total. Oh, is it raining? Dang it, dude. Okay, I've been instructed maybe it's in our best interest if we turn the power out during the storms. I'm not gonna do that because I kind of need the light right now. A little important, but we'll get all 10 of these fastened down. So you see this little metal loop here on the side of the block? Wait, is the rain already? The rain's already done. Okay, that was pretty quick. But you see this little metal loop here on the block? That actually gets bolted directly up to the chain on the crane with the, like, engine leveler deal. But then the other one happens to be on the exhaust headers. So we're going to get that bolted up. This should be an 8. We'll grab that socket. Got one over here, one over here. Just one in the middle, which is kind of odd, and then 2 more on this side. I've got this thing lined up like dang near spot on, dude. Does it not go down any further? Oh, no. Okay, so I need to, like, put something underneath the engine. Because I can't put the bolt through while I'm also holding the thing. How about a little bit of redneck ingenuity right here, dude? This should work perfectly. Honestly, can't think of a single thing that could go wrong. So we're going to pick this up, place it down right on top of the grill. And now if we just raise this up a little bit, those bolts should be just about where we need them. Thinking actually down just a little bit. Yeah, right about there. Come on. Come on. I know you want to work. I know how badly you want to work. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, we've just got to get this one in. And then same thing on the other side. There it is, dude. We've done it. Redneck ingenuity for the win. Next up, we have the rocker shaft. That's gonna go right on top of the cylinder head. Now this takes some serious tuning, some serious fine tuning. So I'm absolutely gonna have to refer to the wiki on this one. But for right now, we can get all those bolts fastened. So it looks like we're gonna be needing a screwdriver here. So once again, per the wiki, we're gonna be scrolling down on each of these bolts 20 times. Now we just need to scroll up 7 times, and we're gonna have to do this on each and every one of these screws. See, how am I supposed to talk and then do this at the same time? I'm supposed to be counting right now. I can't do that. I really, really hope that we did that correctly. Hopefully all is well. And then it looks like we're gonna have to start focusing on our stats here in just a moment. Our thirst is getting pretty high up there. For the spark plugs, I think I'm gonna grab the motor hoist, or I guess the crane, and I'm gonna move that clear up over against this wall. That'll be a little bit easier for us to install these spark plugs, I think. So we'll pop each one out, get it installed, and then wait, don't we have a specific spark plug wrench or spark plug socket? I feel like I remember that existing, but honestly, I'm not sure. Let's see what we've got down in here. Oh yeah, just to the left of the screwdriver. Okay. Gotta grab our camshaft from right over here. That's gonna go into the engine next. I remember the first time that I played this game, I was so confused by the camshaft because I had never seen a non-OHV engine. I had just never seen an engine with a cam in the block. And a lot of people seem to really enjoy my cluelessness. But this time around, I've unfortunately seen it already, so it's not really a surprise. Okay, so there are some marks that we're gonna have to line up here. However, I don't exactly have the best light at the moment, so we're just gonna rotate this around. That should be plenty good right there. So our mark is this guy right here. That has to align with this. I think one more turn. One more, and that's properly aligned, right? It looks pretty good. With the timing complete, we should be ready to throw the timing chain on there. That'll kind of lock everything in place, and we can seal it on up with the timing cover. It's gonna be 6 millimeters all the way around this bad unit. We've got the water pump next. That's gonna go on that cover we just installed right there. We've then got the water pump pulley that's gonna go right on top of that one. And the crankshaft pulley is gonna go just below that. Just a single 11 mil on that one. Moving on to the alternator. This one's kind of difficult to set up if I remember correctly. We've got 1 mil up here and then 110, I think, on the bottom. But it also sort of doubles as a belt tensioner for the whole accessory drive system. So you can see as we're moving it, it's sliding up and down this little bracket right there. So we're gonna bottom it all the way out and then get that 10 mil on the bottom, and then we should just be able to throw the belt on there.
Many minutes later.
I have genuinely been struggling with this for way too long now, and it finally occurred to me, what if the wiki's wrong? Turns out it is. It specifically says you want to scroll down on the alternator, but that's actually adding tension to the whole system. If you really think about like what you're trying to do right now, install a belt. So now that we've scrolled up as far as it can go, the belt will actually get installed. It's as easy as that, you guys, and I was struggling for way too long. Now, even though this is installed, we'll still have to do some final adjustments because as we sit right now, we're gonna get some squeakity squeaks when we go to turn this girl over, but we'll worry about that later. The distributor here is also going to need a little bit of fine tuning as well. Probably something that we should, again, just do, you know, once the engine's actually up and running. But I'm going to follow along with the wiki on this one, and we'll see if it does what it's supposed to. So, we've got the screw unscrewed 2 ticks. That's it. Scrolling down with your hands until it stops moving, and then scroll up 27 times. Then we can tighten up that screw, and it should be perfect, or so they say. Next piece to be installed is going to be the engine plate. That goes right back there. Oh, dude, our fatigue is rising. What time is it anyways? Our day is just gone. It's actually Monday morning. Have we been working on the... Dude, have we been working on the car all night? There's no shot. I feel like I would have noticed that. Well, maybe not, because the alternator, that had me hung up for quite a while. Let's just get one more part installed on the engine before we have to call it a night. Or I guess day, depending on how you look at it.
The next morning.
With our stats taken care of once again, we're going to be continuing where we left off with the flywheel. That's going to go right there. And then hopefully, yes, we do have the right socket already in hand. I love when that happens. For the clutch, don't we actually have to, like, assemble everything separately. Yeah, before we actually get it installed. It's all coming back to me now, you guys. Okay, not actually. These are going to be a step down from a 7 to a 6. The amount of parts on our shelf has definitely decreased. Happy to see that. We're going to move on to the oil pan next. It's going to have a whole bunch of these all the way around it. You guys, I almost forgot to tighten the oil pan bolt. That could have been very, very bad. But now we're going to move on to the gearbox. I don't know the best way to go about doing this, I guess. Like, do we need to install this first? Maybe. Let's just go ahead and do that. We'll tighten that up. And then the inspection cover, that's going to have to go on after we actually get it all mated up to the engine. So let's figure out what these are. We've got a 6 over here. And then these, also a 6. Convenient. Okay, what I think I want to do with this now is just set it down right here. And then we'll try to just lower the engine down onto the thing, maybe? Again, I have no idea if this is, like, the right thing to do necessarily, but it's the path that we've chose. Yeah, see, it's not even... Oh, there it is. There it is. We've got it. All right, now we just have to get all of these fastened, but as mentioned before, we do have to get the inspection cover installed. That's going to go right up top. If it will let me do that somewhere right here. Got it. Those were all 7s, but this guy back here, he's a 10. Next up, we have the carburetor that also has the intake manifold sort of built into it as well, which is kind of convenient, I guess. One less thing for us to have to bolt up separately. Got just 4 nuts on that. Perfect. The carburetor also has some adjustability with this screw here. However, it's way easier to get this all set up when the engine's actually running. So we'll just follow along with the wiki. It says scroll up 44 times and then scroll down 7 times. That's apparently going to be a 14.7 ratio. We'll see if that's accurate. We are just about finished, you guys. Almost ready to get it thrown into the engine bay. We've just got these 2 bolts left. Oh, and also an oil filter too. And a fuel pump. Okay, now though, now that we've got these things done, we're ready to actually get her tossed in the engine bay, dude. I'm excited. Okay, we've got to be careful about this though, because we don't want to damage any of the Satsuma's panels. I might also save before trying to drop this thing in. On second thought, why would we do that? Where's the fun in that? Totally ruins the experience of my summer car. Okay, we're gonna stop right there. Seems pretty good. I think we need to go further forward still. Maybe to right about there. Okay, looking better, looking better. Let's start just lowering it down nice and slow, because the crane might actually move forward a little bit. And it definitely did. Okay, we've got to back it up just a little bit now, Terry. It's so close now, you guys. It's so... Oh, wait. I think they're actually... Yeah, they're visible. Okay, sweet. Dude, we've done it. So we've got 3 of these in total. 2 up front, and then 1 sort of mounted to the gearbox in the back. Dude, look at that. Okay, now we need a 10 mil to remove the engine leveler, and we should be ready to rock. At this point, you guys are probably hoping that we're going to be able to, you know, turn the vehicle over today. I'm sorry to say, I just don't have enough time. I've still got to bake a cake today, among other things. So we're gonna hold off. We're gonna hold off till the next episode, but that gives us something to look forward to. Does it not? We just have a few more things that we need to get installed here, and then we can finish up our wiring for today. But the next episode, when we actually do turn the vehicle over and install the axles, do all the fluids, we've still got quite a bit of work to do, but that'll give us so much more time to actually enjoy the running Satsuma. So don't be too upset that we're not getting her going today. So if you take a look back here, we've still got 3 more locations for wires to go. We're gonna pick up our wiring mess, and we'll get started by connecting the main harness connector to the positive terminal. It's important that we connect the positive first, because otherwise bad things could happen. Terrible things could happen. Now we're gonna go from the main harness connector to the ignition coil. Ooh, that shorted and did bad things. Do I need to do the, should I do the negative first? I'm not so sure that that was good what just happened, and I didn't save, and God, I hope everything's all right, dude. Let's try from the starter to the positive terminal. Again, sparking, but it wouldn't let me do the negative yet. Okay, now that we have the positive done, can we do the negative? It's still actually not working, and I don't know why.
One eternity later.
I'm an idiot. I am actually an idiot. I know this isn't necessarily new information for most of you, but I done goofed very, very hard. So, from negative terminal down to the starter, you're supposed to back this one bolt out, and I completely forgot to do that. So now that we have it done, we can connect it to the battery ground connector. Did it work? Are we good to go? We just need another, what is that, 8 mil for the battery. And then we're golden. And now we're golden, dude. Okay. That is actually all the work that I want to do to this Satsuma today. Once again, I gotta bake a cake and do some other stuff. So I will see you guys tomorrow when we're actually gonna be firing this old girl up. But for right now, I think that's where we're gonna wind things down at for today. So once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.